Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. Today I am filming a book review and I am reviewing Frida in America, The Creative Awakening of a Great Artist by Celia Stahr. This one has already been released and was released on the 3rd of March, so you can pick up your copy now. I got my review copy from NetGalley where I requested it because I have heard about Frida Kahlo before. I have been taught about her in school. I thought it would be interesting to read a book about her. This book follows Frida Kahlo, as it says in the title, and it follows her time in America where she lived there for a few years and how that affected her work. She is an artist and painter known to paint beautiful self-portraits, especially where she has a really distinguished style which is known for. You can just Google her and see her paintings if you're unaware who she is. So like there's not that much to say about the plot and the synopsis for the book because it basically follows her. We do see her a bit in childhood and a bit of course after the time in America, but it's mostly focused on her time in America. It is a non-fiction book and it is full of facts, and therefore it's a book full of facts. It's not a novel, so we don't follow like a story. We are told everything that happened very directly, and I think I usually don't read non-fiction that much, and when I do it's like maybe biographies or like other kinds of non-fiction that I have enjoyed in the past. This is like very, I don't know how to describe it exactly, textbook non-fiction where like you get all the facts of course told in a consecutive way, but like it gets very tiring for me after a while when reading these kinds of books. Maybe it's because I'm not used to it or it's just not for me. I think like I would have enjoyed more a book based on Frida Kahlo's life because that's more the kind of novels that I read, and I think that this is one of the reasons the book felt very boring for me because I am not used to it, as I said, but also like the writing just feels very dry because of course it's facts. You cannot come with like exciting or new stuff that didn't of course happen. Not that Frida didn't have an exciting life, I'll talk more about that very soon, but generally I just felt like the book was very boring at points when it got very long and descriptive. But some parts of her life are so fascinating, and like I would say I learned a lot about her, so it's not like I regretted reading it, but definitely a very different read for me, and I would say it was kind of hard to get to because you're just reading page after page of textbook kinda. That's how I would see it, but it's definitely not that experience for everyone, I would say. But oh my god, Frida Kahlo, she was such a woman. I am just like in awe of what she went through, and like her art is so beautiful. In the book we often talked about her art and how she came to that certain portrait or certain drawing, and like we saw the background around it and like who they were, etc, etc, and like so much more facts on it. In the art copy, I don't know about the finished copy, we didn't get pictures of the art, so we just get the described to us and I kind of had to Google the pictures myself. I found that really strange. I don't know if it's like copyright or something. I don't know not enough about this to say that you can print the art. I don't even know, but either way there was no pictures of the art that the author kept describing in detail, like a lot, and I feel like pictures would have really helped because like since we are about artists it would be nice to have them. I don't know if it's allowed or not, but that was really strange to me. I did Google them so I could look at them myself, but it was like a minus, I would say. But yeah, seeing the backgrounds for everything and just learning so much about Frida, like I knew she was a Mexican woman. I knew she was married to Diego, who's like a really known artist as well, and that she kind of lived in his shadow, and I knew that it was an abusive relationship where they kept cheating on each other. I knew all about this before because I have been taught about her a bit in school, but like not all the details and like all the other things that Frida ran through. I didn't know that her father was German and Jewish and that she was there by Jews as well, and that her mother was Mexican and indigenous. I didn't know that, and it was really interesting to see Frida's ethnicity and like her role as a woman in society where she lived, where she was in a man's world and trying to even be an artist, trying to succeed, and just being seen as Diego's wife. All those reflections, and like how she put in her Mexican heritage and different things in her art, her struggle and wish or not wish at some points to get children, and the expectation of children, her meeting and approaches to death was very interesting, and seeing that common theme in the pictures, all those things, and getting to know them, getting to know the background was very interesting. And there was times of the book that I was very, very invested, and there was times where I was a bit bored. So like at the point I was so into it, and then at other points I was kind of like it's not because Frida's life at points were uninteresting. I think it has a bit to do with the writing in a way too, that the whole thing was told to us, but like it is a non-fiction book. I just didn't know it was going to be that heavy, I guess. It's not even heavy, it's easy to read, but hard to digest all the things as well. Like Frida and Diego meets a lot of people that I don't know anything about, because like I don't know, it's for first of all American history, so we don't learn that much about American artists as well, but also I just don't know a lot about art and stuff because I'm not into it, but it's always interesting to learn. But thereby it became a lot of names that I was like, I have no idea who you are, but I guess you're in here. In Frida's painting, she showed off gender, power, sexuality. Frida was even bisexual. I think I knew that at some point, but then I had forgotten, which is awesome as well. And it's just learning about this very interesting person that didn't live that long ago either. And just seeing all the things she went through, as I said, it's just very interesting. All the approaches and like the themes that I was very interested in, I love to read about all those things. I think one of the things especially I think is interesting to see Frida's years in America and how that affected her as an artist, and that is like what this book is of course focused on, and just seeing her relationship with Diego there, and like seeing the artist's life there and what they had to do and like how it worked and everything was very interesting. Yeah, like the author really goes into how the different experiences happening around Frida, how a certain work came out of it. So that is very interesting to see like the background on it, that you of course can probably Google, but yeah, just reading a book about it is fun. And I don't know how much Google has invested in it, who knows. So overall, I don't regret reading this book, but I feel like I should have read something else at the same time and not only read this book, and it would have been easier for me. So like it's a bit my fault because I was kind of in a reading slump when reading this. I don't know if it was the cause of the book or it's the cause of me or both. That might or might have not affected my enjoyment of the book. And also just reading a non-fiction, even though I have read non-fiction of course before, but a non-fiction like this is quite different from my tastes. So that of course can have affected also my experience. But if you're interested in Frida Kahlo, if you like reading non-fiction and biographies about known people, and also just learning about a very interesting woman with a very interesting background, have gone through so much things, and as I said, all the themes earlier that were brought up was just so interesting to reflect upon. I would definitely recommend this. I think I learned a lot about her, and generally also about like society back then, even though like I knew it all, but like seeing her go through it is interesting, and you can always learn more. At the point the book was like 2 stars, then it went up to 3 stars. This is like my experience, my enjoyment of it. At the point it was even 4 stars, but it ended up on 3 in the end. So yeah, I would say like 3.5, 3 stars is the rating I would give the book for me, for enjoyment, for the writing. But it had some really, really good parts and reflections, I would say, and also just parts that were totally okay. I think like that basically covers what I wanted to say about this book. I hope you enjoyed my review. You can pick up the book now if you're interested, and you will see me soon in a new video. Bye!